Now that we have installed SQL Server 2008 and SSMS, we'll start the installation of MDE and then proceed to the data entry with MDE. Now, you see the primary requirements for MDE to be installed in your machine is you should have SQL Server, that we have already done. Then there is one other catch, that is the date format. The date format should be DDMMYYY. You can see how I'm looking, what date format the system has is. You can change calendar settings, see it as DDMMYYY. Generally what happens is, if you have to change the date format, you have to come here, you'll have to give this one MMDDYYY or any other date format, anyhow it is. Okay, so this is how it is, and we'll cancel this because this has DDMMYYY. Now then we have to create a folder MDEDB in the D drive. After it is created, you can run this MD 1.3 zip. Okay, this particular MSI, now this is the latest version of MDE. If you have some other MDE like MDE 1.0 or MDE 1.3, then you have to upgrade DB. In this particular MSI, we will upgrade DB. I'll show you how the DB is upgraded and how this is installed. Just double click on it. Okay, accept, next. This is the folder which will be automatically created, and install. Give yes. So MDE is installed. Now once you install it, you will get an MDE manual data entry module in this start window. Now we'll do the DB creation. DB creation is very simple. Go to independent MDE DB creation under manual data entry, database operations, and you have to click on create DB. Create DB for SQL 2008 is what we will do because we have installed the 2008 R2. Now create DB, login. You have to get the server name. Come to the desktop, open SQL Server Management Studio. Once just connect, right click, properties, and you'll find the server name here. Copy the server name, and you can paste it here. This is the password we gave during the installation of SQL Server 2008. Save it. The details are saved. You have to initialize DB. Initialize the DB in D drive. This will help you not lose data if there is any crash or something. So create, confirm. Wait till the DBs are created and it is shown. Now MD creation came and creation of MD sign came, so everything is done. Now what we'll do is I'll just go and check if the DBs are created in the server. Okay, we have MDE and MDE sign. Once you check this, also check the tables. So tables are also there. Don't start entering data without verifying the tables. This is also there. So the next step is to upgrade DB. Now this is because there are some changes that have been done on the table level. So what we'll do is we'll upgrade the table, independent MDE 1.3 upgrade DB. Okay, so upgrade it. Don't worry, even if you have some data in the previous version, that is 1.2, it will still be there, just an update. We are just doing an upgrade. Now this is the server name, upgrade db. Changes are successfully done. Now once changes are done, you can exit this window, you can close this, and we can start working on MDE. Now this version of MDE is initialization free, so you'll not be able to, like, you'll not have to initialize any certificates or account numbers or anything. All you have to do is go to annual data entry, come to MDE admin, click on it. The username and password is admin. Login. You'll come here. This is where we create users, persons, PO, and then initialization configuration is newly added. This is where you will say if you want to initialize or not. Okay. Now let's see this first. See, this is giving you a complete information of what is going to happen if you set an yes or no. Do you want to remove initialization information levels? Give yes and save it. That's all. Please rerun the application. Okay. Close. MDE admin user creation. This is the normal screen wherein you will create a super user and a counter user. Now the super user and counter user, they are not much of there is no much of difference now, because you have removed that initialization and super and counter differentiation. So what we do is we'll give one super user password, give some easy password, and then user class is data entry. I'll click yes. Okay. Next I'll create a counter user. Now we'll see what are the users present. There is counter user, there is super user. If you want to delete a user, you can give delete and it will be deleted. Okay, now that we have deleted a super user, we'll create another super user, super and user class is the super create. Okay, so now users are created. Reset change password is familiar to you. Now we'll create person creation is very simple. Create, done. Next person, create, done. Now what we'll do is we'll map the user and the person. This is actually to give the rights, but then now that we have removed rights, you can map them. Okay, so now person mapping is done, and reset change password, delete person, everything is the same. We'll do create PO. Now you can add it, add the PO you want. PO address, give it carefully. Pin code, very important. HO name, again very important. Then category, head post office or sub post office, as you are, like it depends on which post office you're sitting. And you have to give save. This data will get saved. You can exit. You can come here, set a default PO, set new default PO. It's Ananagar, head office. Sub office, save, updated successfully. So this is done. This will help you in lot of ways, like when you are entering the data, it will default the address of the person in order to avoid a lot of complications to you. So we have completed manual user person operation, PO operations, and initialization configuration. So the good part is we don't have any initialization. We can happily enter data and we can check it. Exit, come here. Now we'll start with the data entry. There are 3 modules in data entry, that is certificates, NSS 87 and SB discontinued. Let's start with NSS 87. Username is counter or super, as you want, because there is no differentiation of rights. Password, it's the person name, which person is working. Okay, now see, initialization is disabled because you don't have to initialize. Scanning, delete account number, account closure, everything is enabled. Okay, this is also enabled, so you can do this operation also. Let's enter data, open account. Let the account number be 100, single. This open data as a validation. It will throw an error if you give a wrong date range, that is it should be from 1/4/1987 to 30 September 1992. If this is not there, then you will get an error. So 90, and then name of the customer, let's take my name. Address is NC, city, and everything is getting populated automatically. Other ID, if it is there, you can enter the other ID, or you can just leave it, because that is not gonna at that time there was no other ID. So if it is there, write it, otherwise you can leave it. Minor date of birth, we have to give a minor date of birth. It will be 01/01/1989, and date of maturity is automatically calculated. Guardian name is guardian, whoever is the guardian for that particular account holder, his name will be put here. Relationship accordingly, and tab it. Now this is very important. You have to tab out from balance as on March 31st 2010 column, otherwise your data will not get saved. So you can save this without nominee. Done. Next we'll enter another 101. Joint account 01/01/90. Name is Balaji. Address is as in your paper. City is there. Done. You've already seen minor. So let's see account holder, joint account holder's name it is automatically getting populated. If you want to edit it, otherwise you can just leave it. Okay, next 1000 tab out, 1000 tab out, save with nominee. Account open date is 1990, save, nominee number is 100, name is nominee, address is populated automatically. If now you give a date 01/01/1991, minor DOB greater than open date, error will come because you cannot have that. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll give a date of 1980. Okay, so now the minor is just 10 year, the nominee is just 10-year-old, so it is accepting. And then we'll get the shared percentage, and we have to enter the guardian's detail as usual. So wherever there is a minor, the guardian detail is must. If it is not there, question the post office and get it. So now that there is only one nominee, you can have it, save it. That's all. So it is saved. And what you can do is, so this is the details that has been saved now. So we are entering the data for a joint account. We have entered it. So 100 and 101 are the two accounts that we entered, and we'll now proceed to the transactions. Okay, now transactions, you can exit, you can enter the transaction for any number like 100. You can tab it, it will give our deposit entry. Do not edit this deposit entry. All you have to do is go to add and add as many transactions are there from 2010 March. Okay, even if it is on April 2010, you have to add it completely till whatever date you have data for. Now we'll add a interest should always be in what do you call, on the 1st April of that particular year. You will get an error. Translate for interest should be April 1st for given year. So you'll have to just go change the date if you're doing it wrong. Next, deposit, interest, withdrawal, deposit. There is only one deposit allowed, so you cannot do any deposit. So it's interest of 2010, 150 rupees. The balance is automatically calculated. You can give interest. Next one, you can add, give some withdrawal from some date, withdrawal, so balance is automatically calculated. You can give withdrawal, and then you have to add 04 Okay, so this is throwing an error that only one withdrawal per year. So you have to know that you have done already a withdrawal and you cannot do another withdrawal for that customer for that particular year. So you can delete this particular last row, give save, the data will get saved. So we'll now add another record 0104. We'll add it as an interest. Okay, so this is now added, and we'll save it. Next is 101. 101 will add one entry. I'm just adding it for example, so I'm adding an entry randomly. You have to add whatever entry you have on your sheet. So this is done. Interest, tab, save, it will be saved. 101, it is already saved. So you can exit, you can go to list of transactions, transaction date. It's the withdrawal is considered as transaction, so it is 0306 2010. You can see one transaction here, that is withdrawal. So this is just an FYI tab, you need not have to do anything here. Last balance is what we have entered, like it is the balance after we have entered all the transactions. Last balance for 100, account number 100 is 160. Close. You have to now calculate the IBB. Like mostly this IBB will be calculated by the post office people. Just guide them as and when they have issues. IBB year 12. Press enter here for the number to change. 100. End account number is 100. Give OK. For 100th account you see all these details. Okay, now you can just close it, and then you have to come for this one, annual interest calculation. Okay, so your interest is 12 rupees. The interest is not posted in your account, like it is not posted in the account number 100. All we are doing is calculating the interest for that account. Now when we click on this particular annual interest posting, only then we will have a posting done on that particular account. So now see, before balance and balance after interest posting, everything is shown. Close. These two are just print options. In view option, you can close it. You can go to last balance. You can check the balance of this customer as on today, and you will find that the balance has increased. See, 172 is the final balance that is increased. So similarly you will have to do for the other account also. So you have covered all the tab here: open account, IBB, transaction, list of transaction, last balance, and then the last tab is exit. So we come out, and after coming out we will scan the document, like the signature of that particular account number, whatever is there. Now for this, what we will do is we'll create a folder name be signature. In this folder we will place all the files. So the naming convention of the file should be ZQ and account number. Okay, and it should be in BMP form. So what we'll do is we'll create that file signature. I'm creating it on my own now, but you have to create it as like you have to take a screenshot, or you have to scan and you have to place it here. Okay, so it will be ZQ and 100. I have to sign this particular document for it to get attached, and with paint. So I'm done signing it. I'll save as BMP picture, save it as monochrome bitmap, and enter save. This is just for reference. Now we're getting 46.8 kb. Okay, cancel. And what we'll do now is we'll give this particular path here, copy address as text, Control V. Now the signature folder should have a text.bat, that is a empty batch file. So you will have to give text just file save as .bat and save. So this is saved as a batch file. Any confusions, for avoiding confusions, just delete it. Now this has to be given here. Give scan, give store, press enter. Storing of signature is completed. So whatever signatures are there, they will get stored in one shot. Why am I giving a text.bat here? That will be a FAQ. Now this particular column or this particular place should have the URL of your printer ideally. So now if you have to do one by one, it will take a lot of time. So for your convenience, what we are doing is we are creating a batch file, keeping it here excuse me, keeping it here, and we are just storing it once for all. So once this is done, you can view that signature, press enter, 100, enter, see, you are able to see the signature. Now close, exit. This is done. So scanning is also done. Delete account number and NSS87 account closure. Delete account number, you have to give the account number, enter. Are you sure you want to delete? Yes. And then there will be another yes which you have to give to delete the account number completely. Now NSS87 account closure, give the account number. It will automatically calculate the current year interest, which is 11 rupees here. If there is any issue with this interest, what you can do is you can edit this field and you can give the desired value. So once you can view the signature, close it, you can close the account is closed. And one more catch, you cannot delete a closed account. You try deleting it, enter, yes, this account is closed and you cannot delete it. This message will pop up. So we are done now. We are done with the NSS87 part. Will come out. Now what we'll do is we'll enter a certificate. Module and certificate. Now this is the most expected, awaited and desired part of this particular release: removal of initialization from the certificates. Username, sorry, username was supposed to be counter, right? So again, the best site initialization is disabled, and we have included certificate pledging also. This takes care of a lot of difficulties and gaps in the data entry that was earlier existing. Now you can give a certificate, KVP, issue certificate. All you have to concentrate is on the numbers that you are giving, but please make sure you have to give the right numbers in order to data being migrated very accurately. Don't be lethargic, or have your full concentration on this. So 100, use tab, holder's name, give name, tab, single, tab. It will come to this page like this field 01 1990. I'm just giving all 1990s to make sure I remember in case I have to give these dates somewhere. And the amount, you can other ID, if it is there you have to enter, otherwise you can do a amount 1000. Address, this address, once you exit without giving, you have to again come to this account and fill. It will get disabled. So make sure if you want to enter it. Another, everything comes up automatically. Save it, save successfully, and exit. Minor, if it is yes, check it, otherwise just leave it. We'll check one. Minor date of birth 01/01 1989. Give the father as father, give the father's name or guardian's name as such here. Then come back, certificate, prefix. This is the ideal case of prefix 1, and number of certificates is 10. The amount should match, like the amount here and the amount KV in the field KVP amount in rupees should match, otherwise it will cause an error. We will check that error to 1800. You want OK, amount entered does not tally with the total number of certificates. Give OK, give the proper amount and enter. Now you can save. Please click save button. It is clicked and your job is done. KVP is entered. You have entered the record for KVP now. Now what I'll do, exit, I'll come to NSE 9, because NSE 8 is pretty similar to KVP, but NSE 9 there is one catch, the identity proof is mandatory. Now we'll see 100, holder's name is Sarath, type is single, joint holder's name 01/01 1990. Identity proof, give the identity proof, give a PAN card or anything. PAN card will give. Okay, and second holder's proof, this will come into play when you are doing a joint account. So this is done. And NSE 9 amount, address details similar to what you saw in KVP. Click enter address detail, it will automatically come. If you want to edit it, you can edit it, and press tab, it will come to save it, saved successfully, and then you can exit the screen. Give the certificate 100, prefix is what you have, suffix is 1, and number of certificates is 10. Again, that validation of amount and NSE 9 amount in rupees will have to match. If not, it will throw an error. OK, and click on save, and you are given the option to enter the nominations if there are any. So we'll do that and see. Nomination, registration number is 100, name is name, address is, this is the address and that comes here, and if it's minor, everything is the same as you saw in the earlier cases. 100% share, save it, nomination is saved. Click close button of this nomination, give a close. So now you have entered a certificate also. NSE is very similar to what we are seeing in KVP. Now the scanning part is pretty similar. The only catch is here the names are different. For NSE 8 you have to save it as ZC account number, KVP you have to save as ZK account number, and NSE 9 you have to save it as ZZ account number and ZK213. Let's have one scan test signature, create a bitmap image. What you have to do is you have to what I am doing is I'm just creating an image, signing, and I'm loading it. What you have to do is you have to ideally scan and place your files here. So it's done. Save it, save as monochrome, save. See, I'm saving it as a save as monochrome, and the naming convention is KVP we entered, right? ZK and account number, ZK and account number, ZK and account number. Saved, it's 27 KB. If you can make it less than 8 KB, it will be well and good. Make it 50%. Save it. See 7.2. You have to just resize it to get it under 8 KB. And then we'll have to give this path. Get the path from here. Right click, copy address as text, Control V, and you will give the exe file. Exe file is text.eat. Scan, verify, store, enter, and your signature is stored. Then you want to view your signature that is stored. Enter, select the scheme, selected, account number is 100, enter. This is my sign. So this is also done. It will be very comfortable if the signs are less than 8 KB. You have to just resize the file once, like 50% resize will bring the file size down to 7 KB or 6 KB depending upon what device you are using. So this is done. Now certificate pledging, you can pledge your certificates. Now registration number is 100. You can do a partial pledging or a full pledging. Let's do a partial pledging now. For partial pledging, I have the pledge date. You have to choose if this is pledged or not pledged, or if it is released according to the paper that you're having on your hand. So pledge to the person whom you're pledging this to. That's all, and save it. Number of certificates you have to pledge, you can pledge as you like it, not exactly as you like it, as it is in the paper. So this is done. Pledging is also done. Give exit, delete account, same function. You have a number, you have to delete it, you can delete it. Registration number is 100. If I give 100 and delete, I can delete it now. Okay, but I'm not doing it because I have entered a couple of records only, so I don't want to lose my record. This is done. Exit, and you can come out of this. So with this we complete the data entry of certificates also. We have done, we clicked on certificate, we went inside, then we completed the data entry there, we came out, we scanned the certificates. If there were any pledged certificates, then we took care of the pledged certificate also. Now exit. What we'll do next? Next we'll enter the data for SB discontinued. The most simple operation that you will be able to do in this whole MDE is entering SB discontinued products. Username, okay. Initialization is again disabled. Scanning, delete account number, everything is all the access are being given. You can click on this. There are two products, one is CDS and the other is no PMI. CDS will not have any PM, will have PMI, and hence you are giving it in a separate tab. And or the other accounts, like the other certificate, like the other SB discontinued products like Mahila Samriddhi Yojana and other products, fixed deposit, etc. They will not have PMI, so they are put under no PMI account. So first we'll see this. You can give fixed deposit, give the number, account number is generated automatically. This prefix will tell you which account it belongs to, like 12 belongs to FD and MSY something else will come. Now we'll have to do 1000, save. Please enter balance. I was telling you earlier that always from the balance tab, from the balance field you have to tab out, otherwise this error will come. I go to balance tab, I tab out and I click on save. It is saved. You see the account number is 12 and 4 zeros and 100. Now we'll see with Mahila Samriddhi Yojana. Now this is same 100 but it is 11. Okay, now this is the differentiator. Enter the balance, click on tab, like do a tab and save it. That's all. So no PMI products, you have given the accounts, like you have entered the accounts. Now open account for CDS. It is pretty similar to NSS 87 screen that you had earlier seen. Now account number is 100, single, open date, give one open date which is on the paper. Okay, name, address, everything is populating. Other ID, if it is there, you have to do it, you have to enter it, otherwise no. Maturity date or last balance date, this you have to give accordingly. I'll give last balance date as 0101 2010. We are now in 2014, right? Yes. So it will calculate a post maturity interest, which was not in the case of MSI, Mahila Samriddhi Yojana, and IVP or fixed deposit. So this will do. Now you will have to give the face value, tab out, last maturity balance, tab out, and come to save without nominee or save with nominee. Either way you can do it. I'm saving it without nominee. Save with nominee is pretty similar to what we did in other cases like KVP or NSS 87 or whatever it is. Okay, so now 100, the data is entered. You can exit. You can come here, list of transactions, transaction date 0101 1990. No entries given for the date. Okay, let's give today's date and check 2102. Bingo. So list of transaction as on date that is as on today whatever transaction has happened, it is being shown here. Like for SB discontinued products, Mahila Samriddhi Yojana and fixed deposit we entered a CDS also. It's not reflecting here, like only the columns which are of no PMI is reflecting here. Okay, CDS account number 100, it is the data is there. Last balance, you can check the last balance of any scheme. Account number is 100, so you can see the last balance here. Done. Okay, now you have to exit. Here scanning, delete account number, account closure, all are same. Scanning, biggest challenge for you, you have to scan and name all the files correctly according to their particular scheme codes. Okay, now if the scheme code is Mahila Samriddhi Yojana, you have to scan it and name it as DA and account number, that is DA 100. If it is fixed deposit, it should be DB 100 and so on. If it's compulsory deposit scheme, it is DC and 100. Okay, so this you have to take care. Please make sure you are really working on this hard, because if you miss out something here, then everything will go for a toss. All the hard work you put in is a waste. I'm telling this because 90% of the whatever will come will be certificates and SB discontinued products will also be majority. Now when you miss anything in these two, then we are in a very bad shape. Like we'll have to start everything once from again, and you have to scan everything again, you have to put everything again. That will be a lot of hard work again. So don't do that. Always concentrate, give correct naming conventions. You can exit. Account closure, I'll show you for two accounts. One is MSY, account number is 100. Here there is no PMI because this is the PMI is 0 because there is no PMI for this customer. You can close the account closed successfully. Next, let's do it for compulsory deposit scheme. The same account number that we gave. See, there is a maturity balance of 163 rupees. If it is correct, leave it. If it is wrong, then edit it, match it with the figure that is reflecting in the paper. So close account. This account is also closed. So done. We are done with the account closure also. Delete account, very similar. You cannot delete an account which is closed. If you want, we will try compulsory deposit scheme 100. Delete. Yes, account cannot be deleted. Now we'll go for fixed deposit because we did not close this account. Okay, this is not a valid account number. So fixed deposit, if it is list of transactions as on today 21/02/2014, fixed deposit, we have one account which is open. So close, exit, account closure, account closure is done. Delete account. Delete it. Yes, it will be deleted. So the account is deleted. You can go see last balance, everything is there. Let's just see the list of transactions that we did today. that particular account is not reflecting here. So you can close it, come out of this. You can also come out of this. Scanning, I had told you, it's very similar, but you have to be very careful because there are a lot of products and there are a lot of signs that you will scan for this particular ASB discontinued. Now the next module is the report module. Reports have been made simpler now. See, there is username is counter, and then again you give vendor 1 and 1 2 3 4 enter reports. All the reports will be generating according to the log date, PO name, scheme, give whatever scheme you want, NSS87, log date is 21/01 02 2014, enter. You have entered 2 accounts. Who entered also will come here. Okay, and then we'll have another C. NSC we did not enter any data. We entered KVP, right? So KVP 21/02 2014 14. So this is what we entered, and this is the data. Okay, so KVP we have seen, and then we'll see NSC 9. It is not in this edition. The reports will come in the following editions for NSC 9. Okay, there is a query which needs to be run for NSC 9 to get the data. We'll be sending you across that query. So this is pretty much it. SB discontinued. Now SB discontinued again, you will have to enter 21/02 2014. This is what you entered. Okay, you can export this and get a sign off from the postmaster or whoever it is. The reports will be saved in data D and MDE and reports folder. See, you have this SP test web. See, you are getting a CDS data which is there. This enhancement will be done and you will get all the data here. Okay, reports, everything is done. So all the operations are done. Now this is slightly different from 1.2 by the fact that this does not have any initialization. That's pretty much it. You will have MD user manuals. As and when you have a doubt, you can look into the user manual and you can work with it. Okay, that's all. Thank you.